Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. So we are at the scenario split, and we're going to take care of the Terra, Bannon, Edgar scenario first. I like starting with this one. For one thing, it's the fastest. It's also by far the easiest. One thing I think that I wish I would have done just a little bit differently, though, here is we definitely want to run away right away from these lesser Lapros enemies. They're able to cast that fireball spell, and so we just want to get out of here as soon as possible. But in this next video, or the next battle here, I actually want to kind of knock down my HP totals. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's not this one. I forgot. Yeah, it's two lesser Lapros battles back to back. It's the next one. And so that'll be the Nautilus, or Nautiloid, sorry, and Exocyte. Am I saying that right? Yeah, I think so. But anyways, yeah, here, so the idea here was that I know that there was going to be a lot of resets that I was going to want to do in the cave area coming up, and I just wanted to be able to reset really quickly. And as always, the best way to actually do that is to get wiped out in combat. It just avoids a ton of the load time, right, from going back to your title screen and reloading your game and all that. So again, better to just get wiped out in combat. Now, I wish, again, I would have done this just a little bit differently, though. I wish I would have kept Terra at least alive, hanging on by a thread. And then at some point here, I don't know if it's on the river or if it's right here or if it's like right inside the caves. I'm not sure. And I wish I would have tested this a little bit more, but it no longer matters whether or not Bannon survives each battle. It might even be right away on the river there, as you start the scenario. I don't know. But regardless, he is a terrible of the three characters to keep alive. He was the worst one. And the reason being is, he doesn't really have a great physical attack. And then on top of that, he can't cast either. So it's actually hard to kind of kill him off, which is, normally not something that you want, but yeah, so that stunk. But here I just ran around on the Chocobo. There was other versions of the game where they that would completely glitch out your game, but here I actually went up to the cave too to just to see this little scene here, see the Imperial Trooper chase us off. But all right, we're back up at the entrance to Nars. Again, I think in other versions of the game they didn't add a Bannon on the Chocobo sprite or something, and so it would kind of glitch out your game a little bit. But here I also wanted to just kind of show you what happens if you try to go right in through the front in Nars. Edgar's line here: "That, my friends, is why I can't stand men. It's like they don't even have ears." Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll just have to take the long way around. We'll have to make our way through the caves, which is completely fine. But yeah. Anyways, as I've kind of stated before, and one of the differences here between this video and the original one that I did here was that I didn't want to get into any of the formations in here. And even that said, now that I'm rewatching this, so that was the 3 were-rats. Gal already has were-rat learned as a default rage, so there's no reason to pick any of the formations that have were-rats in there. And then on top of that, so there is there's like a security check thing coming up in this next room. And I actually wish I would have done that a little bit differently as well. So there's like 3 enemies in here, and they will disappear at the end of the World of Balance. So at some point you will need to pick these up, but that said, if you wait until later, you can cycle the Velt faster. Meaning, let me just see, this is like, these enemies are in like pack 48 or something like that. Let me just, Yes, pack 48. So it's the Gold Bear Acrophes. That's the Figaro Cave. Cartagra ×3. Again, that's the cave. Acrophes ×2, and then it's these two. There's two formations that you can get into here by taking the wrong route through the security area. One of the formation is a Dark Side ×2, and the other one here is the Dark Side Spectre and the Eukaryote. So yeah, I'm probably not saying that correctly, but yeah. Anyways, like I said, that formation here you can actually grab, and I don't know. Again, I would rather just wait until later. And come back later. And again, the reason for that is all because of the pack 48 stuff. None of it's actually really missable, again, until like the transition right to the World of Ruin. But that is going to make it so that we don't run into any of the pack 48 monsters at all. And so again, I would just rather cycle the Velt a little bit faster, run into, you know, Satellite more often, and the Hell's Rider more often. Here is the that's the Rune Edge. There's actually a really strong case to make for actually taking that weapon. It gives you a 10% like evade, and the reason why I didn't though is that upgrades in the World of Ruin to a ribbon. Now, ribbons are actually very much more you know, well, it's a way better item than a Rune Edge. Rune Edges are pretty much junk, but again, because the evade stat works, that weapon is actually a little bit better right now. And so I think we would get a little bit more out of taking that weapon. Wow, the quality here got really wrecked on this. I had to grab some footage from an old video, and so that's why it looks like garbage. But yeah, again, I think that there's actually a legitimate point, or a legitimate case to make for grabbing that Rune Edge. Now, and why is that, right? Well, for a big portion here, I'm actually going to be using Edgar a ton. And Edgar can equip that, and so Edgar would have 10% more physical evade for a big portion up into the Magitech research facility. So, again, I think that there's actually a legitimate case to be made for grabbing that Rune Edge right now, and just, you know, and not worrying about the ribbon, because we can get plenty of them in the World of Ruin. So that is it, though. We are out of time. That's it. This is, again, it was a very quick one. So as always, though, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.